7-day forecast as well as predictions on the stronger storms. Stay current with any weather conditions on the Florida Storms mobile app, free in your app store. Storm coverage on WRUF is brought to you by The Best Restoration, Masters of Disasters, Radiant Credit Union, and by Area Rugby.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app. This program is paid for by Weeby Marketing. He's been broadcasting Gator sports for more than 30 years. He's seen it all and spoken with everyone. This is Sports Scene with Steve Russell.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency. And brought to you in part by Campus USA Credit Union, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Doreen Wiebe Realtor, Meldon Law, UF Orthopedics, Atlantic Roofing, Ruzogra State Farm, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, Sensei Asian Bistro, and the head beer coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's the Dean of Gator Sports, Steve Russell.
Welcome into a Wednesday edition of Sports Scene as you listen on WRUF. We have a lot to do today and tomorrow. Just a quick programming note. Friday, Graham Hall will host, and we're back on Monday. And don't forget, Monday, our first edition of Inside the Huddle. Coach Spurrier, the Gator QB, Shane Matthews, and yours truly. New time, 11 a.m., Shane and I will do 12 to 1, and I'll do 1 to 2 on Mondays. We come to you live, as we always do, from the Southeast Car Agency studio. In business since 1979, they've done one thing all those years. They sell the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. I can't put it any more simply. Take a look around town. You'll see a bunch of cars with Southeast Car Agency tags on them, just like mine. Remember, when you go see him in person, make sure and tell him Sports Scene sent you. If you have any Facebook Live questions, they come to you courtesy of Ruzogra State Farm, a team of dedicated insurance pros ready to help life go right with the right insurance options for you and your family. 2 locations now, one in Gainesville, one in Newberry. YouTube questions from Campus USA Credit Union, serving our community for 90 years, the place that Coach Spurrier does his banking. Don't forget, the phone line, 392-8255, Titan MRI and Imaging, sponsoring that. 3 locations in Gainesville, 1 in Lake City. Find out more about them and what they do, TitanMRI.com. The email, you know it, srussell@wruf.com, courtesy of International Diamond Center, the official jeweler of the Florida Gators. If you want fine jewelry, folks, it's the place to go, International Diamond Center. And the first hour brought to you by Quality Plumbing. When you need a quality plumber, rely on the same company Gainesville's trusted for over 40 years. Since 1984, Quality Plumbing, indeed their name says it all. And all of our guests come to you courtesy of Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971. Meldon Law won't back down. Today, some high school coaches will be here. Mark Whittemore from Buchholz will be with us shortly. They got their big game against Gainesville. You heard Gainesville's coach yesterday. P.K. Young's new coach, Israel Wilcox, will be here to talk about the Blue Wave. And then my old friend, Ced Daniels, who was at Eastside, is now the new head coach at Williston. He will be here. And then tomorrow, if all goes right, a live interview with Florida Atlantic's football coach. We hope. It's still a little tentative, but we're trying to narrow it down for tomorrow. And either today or tomorrow, the interview I did at Coach Spurrier's 60th wedding anniversary with former Gator quarterback Noah Brindise, talking about his time playing for Steve. Okay, some things today. Does it surprise you that the SEC said no NFL, no NBA, no WNBA players, they can't return and play. But I'm going to tell you what, this isn't over, in my opinion. Because what if a player goes to a judge and gets a temporary restraining order that says, oh yeah, you can play. And then the league says, well, no, you can't. Then what? Then what? Do they sue the SEC? Do they sue the Big Ten? What happens? I mean, this is just ridiculous as to what has happened here. But this is the world that we are living in. And look, I said this yesterday, I have no qualms at all with what Lane Kiffin is doing. Because he thinks, and this is, first of all, I'm going to throw this question out today, and I want an honest answer from you. Are you happy Florida didn't hire Lane Kiffin? Are you, and why? Yes, I'm happy. No, I'm not. Tell me why. If I'm a Gator fan, I am ecstatic I didn't hire him. Not because he's a bad guy, not because he's a bad coach, but just wherever Lane goes, the envelope gets pushed. And this place, historically, has not been a place where the envelope has been pushed. That's a fact. It would have been like, irresistible force versus immovable object. Kiffin was on Pat McAfee yesterday. And he said, quote, over 100 athletes in multiple sports were cleared and said you could go play. That's a court order. If you think back on all the different court orders of great players that were granted, whether it's Pavia or Trinidad, that were allowed to play a sixth year, we followed all court orders. I think you get into a really interesting situation as a conference if you're now saying, well, we're not going to follow this court order. These kids that a court order says can go anywhere, we're going to say, no, you can't. So, again, I don't know. By the time the season starts, which is now right around the corner, I wonder what this is going to do. Like where is this going to end up? So, I don't know. I mean, what if a court says that guy can go play for LSU? He walks on LSU's campus. Does the SEC have the power to say he can't over and above a court order? They also are going after an Ole Miss lineman and a former Notre Dame player who had apparently run out of eligibility. So we will see. But this is just, and I'm going to say what I said yesterday. The new eligibility rule of the NCAA, I like. Okay? But when it comes to what the NCAA said about, college play, you're paying players now. They're not college players. They are not. They are paid players that go to college. That's what this is. It's not college football that I and most of you grew up with. It is pay for play. And I'm not saying that's bad, but let's just call it what the hell it is. That's what this is. And I don't want the NCAA on its mighty horse. Oh, it's different now. Yeah, it's different. You allowed players to be paid. And again, I'm going to say this for the 50th time. If you're going to allow that, then do what the NFL does and go all in. Go all in. Collectively bargain, come up with a salary cap that everybody has. This way, the playing field, in theory, is level. I really thought that would happen. I have serious doubts now that it will. But what gives me hope is, and not every team has this, do you realize, peeps, there are $40+ million rosters in college football now. 40 million. Not everybody has that. The vast majority don't. But I would love to take the power conferences and find out what the lowest figure is for their team in football. And then add up all that money. It's fascinating to me. All right. Titan MRI and Imaging phone line, 392-8255. International Diamond Center email, srussell@wruf.com. Daryl, hello.
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Good.
I'm just going to say, everything has changed from what me and you were growing up. I think we're pretty close. So everything in this world has changed. We got dogs be able to walk in supermarkets and restaurants. So a lot has changed across this world, this country. So, but the Lane thing, I think he's being. I'm not a Lane fan. I kind of wanted him because of his offense in the very beginning of this coaching search, but I kind of shied away from it. I'm really pleased what we have. But I think he's being made. His name is being made the scapegoat with this LSU thing. I think it's an LSU thing, and take Lane's name off of it because he has to go through the GM, the assistant GM, the athletic director, the president. For any of these things that go on that he really wants to do, say bring a player out of the NFL. So I'm sure they're not going to let him. The school is doing a lot of stuff that's, LSU with the Coach Mulkey, the basketball coach.
Yeah, but why, though? But why, Daryl? Because the coach wants it. Because the coach wants it. So Lane Kiffin is involved in this. Kim Mulkey is involved in this because they want those players.
Okay, yeah, they want them, but then you have to say the school can say, it's like Florida. I don't know if Scott's going to come out and say anything, but, hey, now we're not going down that road. So that's just what I see. But I think he's being, Lane. Lane is Lane. I guess we got to start saying that. But he pushed the envelope.
Yeah, and he has pushed the envelope. And again, depending on what day you're talking about, whatever the envelope is, right? He sees a court order. He didn't make the court order. He didn't do it. He's doing what court order says you can do. And you either can say about him, man, good for Lane Kiffin because he's ahead of this curve and he's pushing the envelope, or what a jerk. What are you trying to do to the sport? Depends on your point of view.
All right. And with the money thing, his kids are being paid now, so they want that other year, because they may not be able to make it in the NFL. And a lot of that going on too. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you, Steve, and have a good day, man. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Daryl. By the way, I think, Daryl, you asked yesterday. Bernard, I've got a couple of guests I have to get on, but I'll get you on between the coaches here. But he asked about injuries. Coach Sumrall spoke about that yesterday, and he said his football team's, I think in his words, fairly healthy. But Dallas Wilson, I think, missed, but he had some kind of sinus infection or something. But overall, pretty healthy going into preparation for a game week. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Buchholz has a city rivalry game with Gainesville this week. We'll talk to Buchholz coach Mark Whittemore next. You're listening to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Southeast Car Agency studio on WRUF. Hey folks, it's Steve Russell for my friends at Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. They've been in business for over 45 years. That in itself says a whole lot. Take a look around you when you drive. Take a look at the car in front of you, alongside of you. There's a really good chance it'll have a Southeast Car Agency tag, just like my vehicle does, and many vehicles before that have as well. When you go see them in person, make sure and tell them Sports Scene sent you to the good people at Southeast Car Agency, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
For 60 years, GW Homes has been building beautiful homes and helping families build great lives right here in Alachua County. GW Homes is Alachua County's luxury home builder, known for exceptional craftsmanship, thoughtful design, and a commitment to quality. And as a proud third-generation family-owned company, they know what it means to build for generations. Ready to build your dream home? Visit the GW Homes model this weekend or talk with a GW Homes team member today. Explore more at gw-homes.com. That's gw-homes.com.
P.F. Chang's Gainesville is serving up incredible lunch specials starting at just $11.99. So if you're in the mood for Asian fusion cuisine, stop in for lunch today. And don't miss happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. with $5.99 beers, $6.99 wines, and $8.99 cocktails. Make your next lunch or afternoon unwind unforgettable at P.F. Chang's Gainesville, your destination for lunch and happy hour.
It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their gamberi salento, shrimp, fresh tomatoes, and zucchini sauteed in garlic and oil with penne pasta and Romano cheese.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
Craving bold, authentic Cuban flavor? Head to Mi Apa Latin Cafe, where every bite brings the taste of Cuba straight to your table. From iconic Cuban sandwiches and fresh flaky empanadas to rich café con leche and perfectly sweet plantains. Every dish is made fresh daily for a true Latin experience. Proudly serving the community for over 23 years. And a proud supporter of the Florida Gators, Mi Apa now features 6 convenient locations ready to welcome you. Dine-in, drive-thru, to-go, or catering, Mi Apa is your choice for crowd-pleasing Cuban favorites. Mi Apa Latin Cafe, the best Cuban food north of Miami.
In a world of big banks, there's only one truly local choice in Gainesville, Gala Bank. Locally owned and operated, Gala Bank is built by people who live here, work here, and care about this community. With over 350 years of combined banking experience, you'll always get trusted guidance and personal service you can count on. And with convenient 7 to 7 hours, Monday through Saturday, banking works around your schedule, not the other way around. Local bank, local people. Gala Bank, member FDIC.
Foodies, this is not a drill. Sensei Asian Bistro is now open in Celebration Point, right next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, and it's bringing bold Japanese French fusion flavors you won't find anywhere else. We're talking smoked New York strip, rich matcha curry, melt-in-your-mouth Chilean sea bass, and the fan-favorite Chunggang chili chicken. Feeling adventurous? Dive into fresh crudo oysters or treat yourself to A5 Wagyu tataki. Add in handcrafted cocktails, and you've got your next night out covered. Sensei Asian Bistro. Come hungry, leave impressed.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
Hey, Coach, you getting in on the Hard Rock Bet Survival Pool?
Has it started yet?
Nope, just lock in your pick by October 4th to play.
And that's it?
Nope, you pick a new team each week.
Any entry fee?
Nope, it's free to play after you made a deposit.
Is there big money up for grabs?
Up to $2 million cash.
I'm in.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Free to play. No purchase necessary to enter. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
WRUF, where Gator Nation comes alive. 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
All of our guests come to you courtesy of Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971. My guest is Buchholz football coach Mark Whittemore. Bang-up opener at Vanguard. Buchholz wins in overtime, and they turn around and play city rival Gainesville this week. Mark, welcome. I wish I could have been at that game. It from what I hear, was a heck of a game. You knew Vanguard was good. Tell folks about it.
Yeah, it was a classic Booster Stadium fare. It was intense, a little chaotic, and everything you'd want from a first game standpoint. There was a lot of athletes on the field, quality coaching, and a nail biter down to the finish. So glad that the Bobcats got out alive, and we move on. But no, I mean, Vanguard is incredibly talented. Their quarterback and we were able to, make some big plays and make some big stops.
What were some of the things you liked? You kind of mentioned it, making some big stops. What are some of the other things you liked about the way your team played?
Well, I thought that, anytime you go to a place like Booster Stadium, there are some places that are tougher to win in. As you know, as a longtime student of the game and being around it and coaching and doing all that kind of stuff, and there are places that aren't. Well, Booster Stadium is a tough place to win. So you have built-in adversity, if you know what I mean. So we were able to overcome that. We were able to fight through some swings of momentum, which are natural in a game like that. It truly is a rivalry game, and so we tackled that and came out victorious.
I can't think of a better word to use here, Mark. So forgive me, but look, you look at a tape of it's one game, right? You win it. Any concerns coming out of watching the tape, or were you pretty pleased overall?
Well, we need to be able to, one thing is we were a little disappointed in a couple of key items. Number one, our offensive line did not perform up to their capability, and a lot of that has to do with technique, finishing blocks, having 2 feet in the ground, really coming off the ball, engaging blocks, and finishing blocks. It's one thing to play assignment football. It's another thing to play finishing football. So our offensive line is really, really focusing on that moving forward. And we did not tackle well, I would say. And that's something that, a lot of teams struggle with that week one, honestly.
Yes.
But we especially, facing a good athlete in their quarterback, he made us whiff a couple times, and we've got to be better than that. So to win championship-type football, we have to tackle better and we have to sustain blocks better. Those are two things we walked away with.
Next up, city rivalry game, Gainesville. Those are easy when you're preparing for that as far as the kids are concerned. Gainesville had a tough one but played well seemingly. What do you see with Gainesville with a new coach?
I see a tough bunch. They're playing hard. They are coached well. We've got to bring our A game to a city rivalry. It's going to be fun to get back in the pit and duke it out with our crosstown rival. We're super excited about it as a staff and as a program, and excited to get our fans in the seats at Citizens.
I don't have this in front of me, Mark, and correct me if I'm wrong. We've done this a lot of years, and I think right after you play Gainesville, I think you play Eastside. I can't remember a time when you played your city rivals back-to-back like that. Am I wrong?
That is a first. As far as I know, I've been in this not quite as long as you, Steve, but I'm sneaking up on you. And I don't recall in the 70s, 80s, 90s, or the last 2 decades, 3, that's ever happened. There was a scheduling snafu.
Oh, okay.
And this is kind of where we ended up. This was not pre-planned. It was happenstance. So, it's a little different. Taking care of, 2 weeks worth of rivalry is going to be a little exhausting. But it's also a really good test on the front of the season. Keep in mind, we played Lakeland, Port Charlotte, Lake Mary, and Vanguard. Those are 4, all of them top 10 teams in their divisions. We've had a tough little run here, and then backing it up with 2 city rivalries in a row. It's a little test for the Bobcats.
I would say it's a pretty big test for the Bobcats. Yeah, no doubt. Let me ask this. You've coached a long time, and you now are in an era of players, NIL, and transferring, all that. If I pose this to you, Mark, are coaching athletes today different than when you first started coaching? How would you answer that?
A resounding yes. But Steve, it's kind of like I always say, you do have to embrace the era. You want to hate the things that you need to hate, but you also want to absorb and I would say morph with the things that you don't necessarily need to hate. We want to maintain a rules and regulations based high school sports atmosphere. But if the rules are that you can, go to schools in Florida in an open enrollment type fashion, I mean, we kind of have to join them, as Bugs Bunny would say. If you can't beat them, join them in that atmosphere. So I think, to answer your question, it definitely has changed. But as coaches, we have to morph with the times. Just like the collegiate level is having to morph with outright paying players.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, big city rivalry game, Buchholz and Gainesville this weekend. Mark Whittemore, the Buchholz coach, our guest today. Appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for the time.
Always great to talk to you, Steve, and take care, okay? You
got it, Mark. Thank you. You've done a great job over at Buchholz. All right, International Diamond Center email, Daryl, glad we didn't hire Kiffin. Too much drama and gray area, a lot of baggage, but he's a hell of a coach. Brett, I'm in agreement with you. Kiffin looks no further than a mirror, and now he can maximize his interests. Let's see here. Patrick says, thoughts on the state of the WNBA, on Cunningham, on Hayton, Caitlin Clark, and Stephanie White. There were a lot of males that I were friends with, and when I was doing women's basketball broadcast on radio for the Gators, that would look down on those athletes. And I told them, they're better than you. They are better than you. The WNBA, do I sit and watch it all the time? No. But I don't sit and watch the NBA all the time either. But those are tremendous athletes. But they have leadership problems. And until those leadership problems are resolved, there's a lot of turmoil there. And I think that's where it starts. But the league, unless they're letting people in for free, and I don't know that they aren't, but, when you watch a TV game, there's people, and the great thing is there's young women who look up to these athletes. That's a great thing. That's a great thing for young women to have people to emulate and pattern their game after, just like it was for me. So I think it's great. But I do hope they can get some of their rough edges straightened out and make it a better league. And then Dustin, about Kiffin, he's the man when it comes to coaching and teaching football. A lot else comes with it. When he comes, he may very well leave your school for another, but he knows Florida, and he's way better than Sumrall. John's still unproven at this level, so we'll see. Kiffin's done it on a bigger stage. Yes, I don't dispute that. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and then PK Yonge has a new football coach. Israel Wilcox will join us next as you listen to Sports Scene on WRUF.
This is former Gator quarterback Shane Matthews, and you're listening to the home of Gator Sports, WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Your heart health matters. That's why Titan MRI and Imaging and Gainesville Open MRI are offering a coronary calcium scan for just $99. This quick, painless CT scan takes about 15 minutes and can help identify calcified plaque in your heart's arteries, giving you valuable insight to your future heart attack risk. The results provide a calcium score that can help your doctor determine the best preventive care plan for you. Schedule your scan today at GainesvilleOpenMRI.com. Live longer, live healthier. Titan MRI and Imaging with 3 convenient locations in Gainesville and Lake City, serving you better.
The jewelry store with the most likes, the most positive reviews, the most raving fans is International Diamond Center.
IDC is definitely a place that I will come to as long as I live here. This will be my go-to place always.
Literally the best jewelry store in town. You'll make friends for life coming in here. I felt like family from the beginning. The value was extraordinary.
I've got a beautiful diamond on my finger, and I'm very proud of it.
International Diamond Center.
I'm very happy to show it off.
At Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
The head ball coach scores again. Steve Spurrier's head beer coach 1966 American Lager is now available everywhere at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. Smooth and refreshing with just enough of a crisp finish. Also available at most places you buy beer. If you don't see it, ask for it.
A beer made by Gators for Gators. Make a great play and enjoy a cold one today.
Steve Spurrier's head beer coach 1966 American Lager. Please drink responsibly.
If you're looking for premium, high-quality food served in an unforgettable atmosphere, you're going to love brunch at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill.
This is Coach Steve Spurrier, and I want to let you know that Spurrier's Gridiron Grill's delicious brunch is now served in a premium buffet.
Complete with build-your-own omelet station, served every Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Reservations are encouraged, and walk-ins are always welcome.
Plus, you can enjoy bottomless mimosas and Bloody Marys. So join us every Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 3 for the best brunch in town.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
I was born, 6 gun in my hand.
Hey, it's Kevin Winter. Join me in the Sports Lab today at 2 on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app. We are your home for Gator Sports.
That's why they call me Bad Company.
This is good company, not bad company. Good company. Welcome back to Sports Scene. First-time guest here because PK Yonge has a new football coach. He joins us now. Israel Wilcox is here. Israel, thank you for doing this. Hope we can do this again as the season goes along here. Tough opener for you. Yeah, man. Tough opener for you. And look, sometimes, numbers come out. Let me start with that. Did you have a lot of kids come out? What are your numbers like to start with?
We actually, I think last year we only had like maybe a 23-man roster.
Wow.
We got it up to 46 now, 46, 47 now.
Oh, wow.
Numbers pretty much not that bad.
I know it was a tough opener. When you look at tape and things, what'd you see?
Well, Lake Weir is actually a monster team. They went from they're actually a great team. Going to have a very successful season. I think they move up to 4 or 5A now. Their roster was like maybe a 30-man roster last year. They got up like 60 players now. The new coach came in doing a great job. So they was a different kind of beast. They got a lot of seniors and stuff too, but they definitely are a great team and, was one of the monstrous teams. That's probably one of the toughest teams on our schedule. So, we still think that we can bounce back and have a successful season after that.
Well, that bounce back will be, I think you're away at Keystone Heights. Tell me about Keystone Heights.
Keystone Heights, is a team probably like us, on the rebuild. Got some skillful players and stuff like that. We look forward to the matchup against them. We think that we can have a competitive win against those guys.
When I have first-time coaches on, at least for this show, Israel, I always ask this: how'd you get into coaching?
Man, I actually been coaching and mentoring really pretty much all my life. I started, with Little League, with Willie Jackson, that's PK Young, alumni, Florida Gators player. I actually started coaching up under him as a Little League coach, and been coaching ever since, man. So just enjoy it. Got a passion for the kids, got a passion for the game. I played the game as well, so it's something that I love doing.
For you to be successful, Israel, let's throw the first one out because, again, you played a pretty good team. What's got to go right for you if you have a successful year?
The kids just got to buy in and trust the process. They really just got to come together and know that, we building and that, the competitiveness is there, but we don't want to miss developing those guys and getting better every week, every practice, every down. Stuff like that. Those guys actually been working very hard since the spring. I mean, my coaching staff has really done great with those position coaching and stuff and getting those guys developed and learning the IQ of the game. And I think more and more throughout the season, it's just going to get better and better. Like I said, our first game, even though it was a woo, was definitely a good experience for those guys to see how tough they can get and how far we got to go.
I go back a long way here. I remember John Clifford and, PK having some really, really good teams, and I know you want to get the school back to that, Israel, but from a student body perspective and the athletes that are in school, do they want to redo that too? Is there a sense by them that they want to get PK back to where it was?
Man, that's actually funny. Those guys are actually excited about that part because this is like the new beginning team right here. They're young. They see all the resources coming back, the sponsors and the alumni and all the fans and everybody just getting back engaged again and the energy all around them. And it's like something we have in a long time at PK and the framework being done to actually build a good program. And it's like they like the first refresher team that we got to get this stuff done. So most of those guys are definitely excited. They know some of the things that's coming in the future, and they're excited about it. We only got 4 seniors, so all the younger guys,
Wow.
like I say, they very excited where the program is heading at right now at this time.
Let folks know also, like, what you do, generally speaking, both sides of the ball. What kind of an offense do you have? What do you run defensively as well?
Well, we actually, run different packages. My assistant coach, offensive coordinator, Sean Dixon, he actually like to put together all kind of packages. He loved the spread. His base is the spread, but, it just depends on who we play. Defense, definitely, we always change the defense up, so it's really not no set base. We watch a lot of film. I was definitely a film guy when I was in school, and I'm studying film on the next team that we have to play. I knew every play they was running, and that's what we pretty much put together, what defense we're going to run that following week, whoever we playing. So it's just subject to change. A lot of different packages, great guys, OC, and offensive coordinator, like I say, does a great job getting us prepared for the following week.
This week, it'll be Keystone Heights for PK Young. Israel, thank you. Mm-hmm. Good luck this weekend, and as the season goes on, we'll get you back and see how you're doing. Thanks for your time.
Man, thank y'all. God bless, man. Appreciate it.
Israel, thank you. I'm going to veer off course here a little bit. I want to talk about the passing of Dolly Parton. Rarely is there somebody in celebrity that doesn't have an enemy or, I'd never, in all the gossip columns and all that, never, ever heard something bad about Dolly Parton. Universally, she's an icon. Whether you like her music or don't, she's an icon. And what she did from her roots to do what she did and be married for 60 years or whatever the heck it was to the same dude, it was sad. It was sad. And, she obviously could perform country, but actress, crossed over, had hits on the pop chart as well, and gave millions and millions and millions of dollars to charity. Sad. And I also like it when, I can only imagine this, when I wrote and sang the song that she did, and then have Whitney Houston do it, who absolutely nailed it. I mean, crushed it. I Will Always Love You, which was written for Porter Wagner, by the way. And she said, I was absolutely floored. I couldn't believe that voice was singing to this song that I wrote. And again, I think that says a lot about her, about the respect that she had for Whitney Houston to do it the way she did it, because when I heard that song, whether you like Whitney Houston or not, holy smokes. I mean, so anyway, I wanted to, in a small little corner of the world, in a small show that doesn't talk entertainment, she's an icon, and she'll be missed. Let's go to the phones. Bernard, hello.
Hey, Steve, before I get in what I was going to talk about, you interviewed the P.K. Young core. I remember number 34 with the Gator, John Clifford. Steve, is he still alive?
I believe so, but don't hold me to that.
Steve, I listened to this show and other show. Something I know you guys may be short on time. I would like to go back and where are they now. I remember when he played for the Gators, and about some of the old players. But your question, Steve, is like horse racing. I think there's courses for horses. I think when you look at what happened with Lane Kiffin going to LSU and Florida getting Sean Summer, I think it worked out for the best. I think that's a great fit for him, Steve. I don't know, Jeremy Foley was athletic director at Florida for a long time, and this program has its DNA on it, and you mentioned it. Florida's not been a program that has pushed the envelope, and I think that if Jeremy Foley was still athletic director, I don't know whether we'd be talking about Denzel Aberdeen playing for Florida this year. But when you get a guy like Kiffin goes to LSU, they believe you can do whatever as long as you win, Steve. I mean, they gave him a budget. Hey, the guy from Colorado is available, the big offensive lineman. I'll sign him, and he has a budget, but hey, he goes outside the budget.
Okay, Bernard, you're kind of rambling here. Where are you going?
Well, I'm just saying that he's a good fit for LSU. He wouldn't be a good fit for the University of Florida. All righty.
Okay, appreciate you, Bernard. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I was kind of looking for there. Thank you for that. I don't do politics. I think you know that. Tampa Mike emails me, who has a particular point of view from politics, and that's fine. I heard you boasting how great the WNBA athletes are. Debatable. Mike, I would say this, they're better than you. That's my whole point. You heard of the Clay Travis offers the WNBA champions that they could beat a boys' high school basketball team of his choosing. He'd pay $10 million. Crickets. What does that prove? They're better than Clay Travis is too. Simple as that. So if you want to knock what they do, the politics of it, I won't get into because, again, I don't do that. But come on. He said he compared women versus men to the women's gold medal soccer team years ago, losing to a boys' high school soccer team in a scrimmage. Women better stick to playing women only. Big difference. Who said they're going to play anybody else but women? It's the women's NBA. They're not playing the Knicks, and they shouldn't be asked to play the Knicks. But Tampa Mike, they're better than you. Okay? They're better than you. They're better than Clay Travis. They're better than me. That's my whole point. When I was asked about that, does that league have problems? Yes, especially from a management standpoint. But again, let's not knock their skill. I mean, Candace Parker is in the Hall of Fame. Okay, you're going to say she's bad? I don't think so. William, International Diamond Center email. I don't have any issue with Kiffin. Do I like it? No, but his job is to win the most games for LSU. I agree. What I don't get is he was doing all of this with guys in NFL camps, yet we're being told the action taken by the SEC was a 16-0 vote. One of two things has to be true. Either he was doing all of that without the blessing of his AD and president, or the AD and president threw him under the bus by supporting the conference legislation. What say you? Here's what I think. This has been really fluid, William, and I think it's fair to say that this has changed, if not daily, hourly, right? So the whole landscape of this thing is a moving target. So he's doing his job. He's doing what a court allowed him to do. And remember, he did this before the SEC took any kind of a vote. They just did that. And it doesn't mean that LSU's hierarchy doesn't think that for the betterment of the entire sport, that's the way it should be. It's apples and oranges. Kiffin's pursuing what was allowing him to pursue, but LSU as an SEC member thought it was better for the sport to not have this happen. So it's like the irresistible force, the immovable object. Next, though, as I said, William, I think the next thing is going to be, does the court system win out here? If you file one of these injunctions, right, and a court and a judge says, hey, Charlie, you can play, my producer, you can play, and the SEC says, no, you can't, well, guess what? In my opinion, the SEC will get sued. The Big Ten will get sued. So I don't think, I hope I'm wrong, but I think this is far from over. We'll take a break. We'll come back. More from you. You're listening to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Southeast Cardinals studio on WRUF.
At International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange, you'll find transparent pricing, same-day evaluations, expert craftsmanship, and a team committed to treating every customer with honesty and respect. And you never know who you'll see shopping there. Music stars, sports stars, and savvy collectors all know where to go when they're searching for exceptional value and luxury timepieces. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, or restoring a treasured piece, visit International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange on West University Avenue in Gainesville.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators! At Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC, 2026 GMC Sierra $399 per month, 2026 Chevy Silverado $379 per month. Plus get 0% financing for 60 months and no payments for 90 days on new Chevy Silverado. Come see us today at Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC and GainesvilleChevyGMC.com. 36-month leases, $69.99 due at signing, plus tax, tag, title, and dock. All rebates and incentives to dealer may include loyalty, subject to lender approval. $16.66 per thousand financed at 0 APR for 60 months. Offers don't combine. Expires month end. Together, let's drive.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Concrete is tough, long-lasting, durable. And when it's done right, it's the foundation of everything that stands strong. At Silverback Concrete, we don't just pour concrete, we build trust one slab at a time. We're a family-led team of heavy concrete specialists who sweat every detail, from footers to elevated decks. We respect your budget, we build to last, and we care about the people on the job today and those who will walk these floors tomorrow. You stand on it, we stand by it. Silverback Concrete, we've got your back. Visit silverbackconcrete.co to get started.
For more than 50 years of quality service, Archer Electric Service Company has been Gainesville's choice for residential and commercial electrical work. Whether you need wiring, repairs, or backup generator installation, we treat every client like family with professional, clean, dependable service. Don't wait for the storm or the flicker to remind you. Visit ArcherElectricService.com today for a free consultation and see why we've been Gainesville and the surrounding area's most trusted electricians for decades.
Our Town Magazine and the Builders Association of North Central Florida invite you to the Our Town Home and Garden Show, August 29th and 30th at the Sports Events Center at Celebration Point, presented by Entrust Roofing and Visit Gainesville, featuring over 150 vendors with exclusive deals for all of your home, garden, and patio needs. From landscaping inspiration to the latest upgrades and renovation projects. Tickets are only $5 and children 10 and under are free. Check us out online at GainesvilleHomeandGarden.com. We'll see you there.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
A mix of sun and clouds for us today. High temperatures climbing to the upper 80s and lower 90s. We'll make it to 90 degrees in Gainesville with another batch of storms moving inland from the Gulf. They'll align east of the I-75 corridor by the evening. Then a gradual decrease in cloud cover overnight. Low temperatures in the lower 70s, 72 degrees in Gainesville in the morning. From the WUFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Borowski.
This is Jeff Cardozo. Today at 4, tune in for the tailgate right here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM. Your home for Gator Sports.
Hour one of Sports Scene is rapidly going away here. But don't forget, Monday, our first Inside the Huddle. New time, 11 a.m. The head ball coach, the Gator QB Shane Matthews, yours truly. 11 to 12. And we have a game week, finally, to talk about. And, if everything goes right, Florida Atlantic's football coach with us tomorrow, live, we hope. All right. Let's YouTube comments brought to you by Campus USA Credit Union, Mortal Gym. Why didn't the NCAA impose the 5-for-5 age-based rule back in December or wait until this October to do it? If I could answer that, I'd be a rich man. This wouldn't have even been an issue. They also just released the SEC penalties for breaking the pro rule. Half a season suspensions for head coaches, SEC voting privileges revoked, fine of 50% of the operating revenue. Yeah, I was just going to get to that in the second hour. Another commenter says, Dolly could have been a billionaire, but decided to use her money to help others. She refused awards, statues, and accolades. She's certainly one of one, no doubt. Facebook Live question, courtesy of Roosevelt State Farm. Florida boy. The court orders might fly in Louisiana and Colorado, but the SEC should have the final say in this. Then down the road, a sweeping NCAA regulation is needed. As for Dolly Parton, class act for sure. She took care of a lot of sick kids. She covered one of Tom Petty's songs as well. Well, that was the beauty of her, right? She just wasn't a country singer. She could, 9 to 5 and all. Her duets with Kenny Rogers. Just really, really good. And Tampa Mike, thank you for the kudos to Dolly Parton. Yeah, there you go. And then BB says about Dolly, she gave away millions of books, yes, to children. Because, and I quote, my daddy never learned to read and write, but he was the smartest man I've ever known. I know in my heart his inability to read probably kept him from fulfilling all of his dreams. Yeah. 325 million books, supposedly. I've already mentioned how crazy the money situation is. I've not gotten to the AI thing yet because I just haven't had a chance to. And it's also very hard, BB, on a radio show to explain what you sent me. I love what you sent me, but it's just hard to verbalize what you sent me, but I appreciate you sending it. Next hour, want to do one more high school coach. Seth Daniels, former coach at Eastside, now is coaching at Williston. He'll be here. And then, again, tomorrow we hope to have Florida Atlantic's football coach live here with us. And then Graham Hall will host the show Friday. And then Monday, Inside the Huddle, all of that. Shane and I, and then another hour, just us. And we'll start game week. And we have some games we can talk about, too. That's also a really good thing. And then we'll have some more high school coaches on tomorrow, too. By the way, Gator cross country. Parker Volby was really good in cross country and track. Well, the women have been picked to finish second and the men third in the SEC's preseason cross country poll. It wasn't that long ago when they were not very good. They're a lot better now. So that really helps the All Sports Trophy. On the women, Alabama, Arkansas, Florida. But again, it's really good to see both teams ranked highly. Cool thing. And there you go. One email before we say goodbye for the hour. Tom, Lane and LSU are a perfect fit. Neither have any shame. I wouldn't be surprised if there are not lawsuits during the entirety of the season. It wouldn't surprise me either. We live in a litigious society. And look, I get this. I understand, where this is, but the timing of this is all off, right? It takes away from the start of a season. Because instead of talking about, whatever, we're doing this. Now, the Big Ten did pass that rule, barring players from returning to the conference. And we'll see what happens there. They, like the SEC, apparently voted unanimously to do this. But I don't know. And it's interesting. Ryan Day was asked about this, the Ohio State coach, and he said he doesn't like the idea of NFL athletes returning to college, but he stopped short of saying he wouldn't pursue them. That is going to be the measure of this, right? Listen to his quote. It's interesting. I told myself I would stop saying this is crazy, so I'm not going to say that. But to think that we're in a situation where we're this late in the season, our rosters are not locked in, is frustrating at the very least. So what does that mean for us? That's the bottom line. In my opinion, the conferences have to decide there's a point where the rosters have to be locked in. Have to be locked in. Because once some of these guys become available, adding them to the roster is going to provide an advantage for certain teams. So we're certainly having conversations. I've had conversations with the commissioner about this. I know he's all over it and trying to do what's best for the conference. What will happen? What will happen if Ryan Day goes to Petiti and says, I need this guy. I need these two players. They may be difference makers for us. Getting to the playoff or not. I need them. Will the commissioner stand up for his coach and fight it? Or will he say, sorry, big fella, we voted and we're not doing this anymore? I would hope the conference and the SEC have the stones to say, we're not doing this anymore. And here are the penalties if you do. I hope my point is all conferences maybe do that. That's our first hour. We'll talk with new Williston football coach Seth Daniels to start the second hour. An interview I did with Noah Brandeis, the former Gator QB, will also be this hour. You're listening to Sports Scene on WRUF.
The Tampa Bay Rays play here all summer long. WRUF.
Want to get your brand noticed? At Radware, we help you stand out with custom corporate apparel, branded uniforms, and promotional swag that gets attention. From trade shows to team uniforms, we've got you covered. Radware even works with major names like the University of Florida. Boost your brand visibility today. Visit radware.com. That's radware.com and let your brand shine.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
Summer in Gainesville means sunshine, barbecues, and storm season right around the corner. Don't wait until disaster strikes to think about your roof. Whether it's your home or your business, Atlantic Roofing has you covered. From inspections to full replacements, their expert team handles both residential and commercial roofing, built to stand up to Florida's toughest weather. Get ahead of the storm. Protect what matters most. Visit AtlanticRoofingFL.com today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing. Roofing you can trust, rain or shine.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just heat and vinegar, Castaway delivers. Available at select public supermarkets, Castaway Sauce Company is founded by a lifelong Gator and proud UF alum. From mild to wild, they've got a flavor for every Gator tailgate. Grab your Castaway hot sauce today and taste the tradition. Learn more at CastawaySauceCompany.com.
College football is about to kick off, and there's no better way to experience every touchdown, every big play, and every unforgettable rivalry than with a stunning new home theater system from Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, surveillance, and smart home solutions, delivering the best products, the best service, and the best price. Don't just watch the game, live it at Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, home surveillance, and smart home installation and service. Visit electronicsworldfl.com for more. That's electronicsworldfl.com.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app. This program is paid for by Weeby Marketing. He's been broadcasting Gator sports for more than 30 years. He's seen it all and spoken with everyone. This is Sports Scene with Steve Russell.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency. And brought to you in part by Campus USA Credit Union, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Doreen Wiebe Realtor, Meldon Law, UF Orthopedics, Atlantic Roofing, Ruzogra State Farm, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, Sensei Asian Bistro, and the head beer coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's the Dean of Gator Sports, Steve Russell.
Welcome into Hour 2 of Sports Scene for this Wednesday. Charlie is producing the broadcast today. We always thank you for being part of the show. We are coming to you live from the Southeast Car Agency studio here in Gainesville, in business since 1979. That's a long time. A lot of happy and satisfied customers, including yours truly. Remember, if you're looking for a no-hassle alternative for buyers in search of clean, well-maintained, late-model vehicles, the place to go, Southeast Car Agency. And remember, many thanks to Quality Plumbing for sponsoring us in the first hour. Domino's Pizza, one of our sponsors here in the second hour. Whether you're picking up or ordering delivery, fast, easy, just a click away. Order now at GatorDominoes.com. We're going to go now to our Titan MRI and Imaging phone line. And remember, all of our guests coming to you courtesy of Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971. An old friend is joining us here. He's now the head football coach at Williston High School, coming off a big win in Game 1. Sed Daniels joins us. Man, Sed, it's been a while. How are you?
Hey, man, I'm good. Steve, how are you?
I'm
good.
Been a while. Yeah. How did all this happen that you got to Williston?
The job came open. I didn't think I was going to, pursue a head coaching job unless it was the right job. And obviously, Williston is a very talented, rich town. And, we got into conversations and one thing led to another, and I was selected to be the head coach.
Has it been enjoyable for you so far?
Yeah, it's been great. It's a great community. Very, very, very Red Devil centered. Everywhere you go in town, you see some sort of Red Devil merchandise or something. They love their Raiders over here and Red Devil, excuse me. I was reading something on the board, and they really support their program.
Having coached at a small place like Newberry, it's really cool. I mean, especially when you win, obviously, but the community gets behind you. Restaurants, stores, all that. That's a pretty cool feeling. And you coached at Hawthorne. You come from that too. So that's a pretty nice feeling when the community gets behind you, isn't it?
It's a great feeling. We played for the Levy Cup, and I didn't realize how big it was until after the game. I'm getting Facebook notifications and just random people coming up, talking to me about the game. And it's one of those things that means everything to the folks over here, especially playing, your rivals.
Yeah, I just knew about that a couple of years ago. I didn't know what the Levy Cup was either. And for those who don't know, Williston played Chiefland. That's who the Levy Cup is against. And they beat them pretty good, 30-12. So what'd you like about that win over Chiefland?
I like we didn't get down on ourselves. We went down early. A lot of self-inflicted wounds in the first half. We had a few busted coverages and few penalties on the first drive that ultimately hurt us, and allowed them to score. I think their second touchdown came from a busted coverage as well. We just settled down. We were able to do what we kind of wanted to do, like coming into the game or what our game plan was. Cliff did a very good job of game planning for us. They were very physical and fast up front. So we had to jump out of our running game and try to throw it around a bit, and it obviously worked for us.
Said, I know sometimes when a new coach comes in, whoever the previous coach was, you may run a different offense than what that coach ran. You may run a different defense than what that coach ran. Was that transition going from one coaching staff to this one, did the kids pick things up pretty quickly?
It took a little longer offensively because they had been in the wing formation for so long to try to come in and try to just expect kids to know how to run the spread offense was a bit of an eye-opener. I thought it was easy, but I had to adjust to them. And develop terminology that these guys could understand. You know, it's only football. You know, you're going to down block and kick out and pass block. Just had to develop terminology that they could understand and keep them from thinking a lot.
Next up is South Sumter. Tell me about them.
Oh, man, it's a very talented program. Coach Lawrence does a good job with those guys down there. They're fast up front. I mean, on the outsides, they're explosive off the ball. They got some guys that can go. It should be a really good football game. I think they're in Eastside's district, so obviously they're a bigger school, but that's not an excuse for us. We're just going to come out and try to play physical and play fast and try to play assignment football.
You know, because of Williston's success, especially recently, sometimes, going to make a schedule can be difficult. Was that for you because again, the way the new playoff system is, was that difficult or was it, pretty easy to navigate?
It was hard in certain parts. The schedule was pretty much made. A lot of teams, I came into a 2-year contract, but because we had to jump into a district, we had to drop teams, and other teams had to drop us because of the way their district alignments work. So, for instance, I think 2 weeks from now, we have to go all the way down to Fort Myers for a game, which is kind of unheard of. But
wow,
when you're searching for games, it's one of those things that has to happen. You know, you got to play who's available, and they're going to be another tough opponent, and they're 3.5 hours away.
Yeah.
But the one thing I've been preaching to my guys is if we're going to make it to the ultimate prize, which is the state championship, we got to learn how to travel and be good men on the road and play in hostile environments.
Yeah, that is part of it. What district are you in now?
We're in 1A. We're out of rural, and our classification, just changed a bit because they got rid of the rule because of the new classification or new conference that came out. So it's in our district, it's Seaflin, us, and Hawthorne.
Okay. And last thing, the way that they've restructured the playoffs, I think there's a lot of positive to that. I think it gives more teams opportunity. Are you in favor of that?
It doesn't really hurt you. Obviously, we're a smaller school. And I think you're speaking of the open division. I think it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
There's some heavy hitters in there, No matter how good you are, it's going to be hard. Like if you make it to the number 8 seed, you're facing the St. Thomases of the world. So it's almost like do you want to be in the top 8 and compete for like the biggest of the trophies, or would you rather just win your classification state championship?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fun when you're looking at it from the outside.
Yeah, but I understand why you would have the view you have, no doubt about it. After a big win against in the Cup game against Chiefland, Sed's team goes and play, I think, at home against South Sumter. Always appreciate you, my friend. We'll get you back as the season progresses. Thanks for doing this.
All right, thank you for having me.
You got it, Sed. Thank you. Known him a long time. Coached over at Eastside and Hawthorne for a while. Now at Williston High School because of Robbie Pruitt, who was there, went back to Union County. And we are really trying to get Coach Pruitt on. I just cannot. He was on last year. Just can't seem to hook up with him. But we are really going to try our best to do it. All right. Open the phone lines here for you. 392-8255. You can email the show, srussell@wruf.com. This whole, thing with these players now, and hopefully that will find a way to be rectified. I just hope that everybody will be able to look at this and just say, this is how it's supposed to go. By the way, did you see this? This is what's wrong with, and it only, it's like the old saying, it just takes a few stupid people to make things bad. The Cleveland Browns, a very proud franchise. Not quite at the Jets level, but, growing up, the Brownies were good. Jim Brown, Frank Ryan, They had Paul Warfield. They were really good. Well, when Deshaun Watson was named the quarterback, a lot of the fan base didn't like it. And why I'm assuming a Cleveland Browns fan, they taped signs of protest about Watson on the statue of Jim Brown in front of the stadium. How stupid is that? So you don't like what your team did. That's all well and good, but now you're doing something to the statue of probably the franchise's greatest player. Again, makes zero sense in what was done there. But once again, I'm also going to ask this in the remaining time I have here. CBSSports.com did something with the SEC football. I'm going to read to you. I'm going to see how much you agree with what they say. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Much more to come as Quality Plumbing sponsoring the first hour of the show. Domino's Pizza sponsoring hour number 2 as you listen on WRUF. Hey, it's Steve Russell for Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. Friends, they've been in business for 45-plus years, and the Cousins family has done just one thing, but man, they've done it right. They give you the best alternative you have to purchasing a new vehicle, the best in late-model, low-mileage vehicles. I'm driving one right now, have been for a very long time. They've treated me right. They'll do the same thing for you. Go see them today, Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville.
For 60 years, GW Homes has been building beautiful homes and helping families build great lives right here in Alachua County. GW Homes is Alachua County's luxury home builder, known for exceptional craftsmanship, thoughtful design, and a commitment to quality. And as a proud third-generation family-owned company, they know what it means to build for generations. Ready to build your dream home? Visit the GW Homes model this weekend or talk with a GW Homes team member today. Explore more at gw-homes.com. That's gw-homes.com.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
At International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange, you'll find transparent pricing, same-day evaluations, expert craftsmanship, and a team committed to treating every customer with honesty and respect. And you never know who you'll see shopping there. Music stars, sports stars, and savvy collectors all know where to go when they're searching for exceptional value and luxury timepieces. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, or restoring a treasured piece, visit International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange on West University Avenue in Gainesville.
Gainesville's best-kept secret is finally being revealed. Introducing Sensei Asian Bistro. Located in Celebration Point next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Sensei delivers a one-of-a-kind Japanese-French fusion experience that's as refined as it is unforgettable. Indulge in signature dishes like our smoked New York strip, Chilean sea bass, matcha curry, or the crave-worthy Chunggang chili chicken. Pair it all with handcrafted cocktails, fresh crudo oysters, or our premium A5 Wagyu tataki. Sensei Asian Bistro. Make your reservation today.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
Come on in. New customers can bet $5 and get $100 in bonus bets.
Thanks.
And welcome back returning customers. You can also bet $5 and get $100 in bonus bets.
Yes. What about John Daly? I never left.
It doesn't matter if you're a new customer, a returning customer, or you never left like John Daly. Everybody gets bonus bets.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
The Tailgate with Jeff Cardozo and Zach Albuquerque. Weekdays at 4 right here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
If you've never seen that video, watch it. It's really good. Really good. The B-52s in the Love Shack. All right, welcome back. Okay, here, BB is a regular emailer, and he does a lot of research. He has more time than I do, and I'm glad he does. He says, from AI, okay, the estimated sum total of money spent on football players across all major power conferences for the current season ranges between $1.56 billion and $2.38 billion. Billion with a B. Okay? AI searched all reputable sources, CBS, USA Today, et cetera, to get the total. That's, I mean, crazy, whatever word you want to use. It's crazy. But that is the world we are in. Thankfully, in what, 10 days, whatever it is, we can start talking about a game and about what we see on the field. That'll be a good thing and extremely timely. That's going to be good too. I mentioned this yesterday. I'm going to mention it a few more times. I'm sure we all will on our shows here. You have a chance to sit in the swamp and listen to the game and hear it in real time. Here's what you do. Get your phone, open it up to the WRUF mobile app. Bottom right, click the football icon that says in-game. Then hit play, and you have real time. You can hear Sean and Shane and the rest of the crew doing the game. You can download the app for free in your app store. That's a really cool thing. And don't forget, tomorrow night, right here, your 20th ranked Florida soccer team, that's right, back in the rankings, returns to the pitch to face JU. Our coverage starts at 5:45. And then the third and final week of the preseason starts, Rams-Chargers. We'll have it for you at 9:30. That's all tomorrow night, right here. Again, getting closer for college, getting closer for the pros. All right. Yesterday, was it yesterday? No. What is today? Today is Monday. Boy, I had a chance. I was so humbled to be invited to Coach Spurrier's 60th wedding reception party. And as you can imagine, there were a lot of family, friends, former players there. Yesterday, if you heard the show, Ben Bennett, had a chance to talk to him. He was one of Steve's quarterbacks at Duke. Mike Kelly, one of his quarterbacks at Georgia Tech. When Steve got hired by Doug Dickey, and then Dickey was fired, Steve went to Pepper Rogers at Georgia Tech and had Kelly. And, I mean, Shane was there. Doug Johnson was there. Danny Warfel was there. But I wanted to go talk to a guy that was not a highly recruited guy, a highly heralded guy who found his way to get playing time under Coach Spurrier. And he's a good friend. And if you listen to this station on a regular basis, Noah Brindise was part of our pregame show for a few years. He and I did it together, much like Shane and I do it together. Travis McGriff and I had done it together. I've been blessed to have, people like that do a show with me. Well, here's a conversation I had with Noah, remembering his time with Coach Spurrier.
A lot of Gator quarterbacks are in this room, and some with Florida, Georgia Tech, Duke. So I'm kind of talking to everybody, Noah, about their experiences with Coach Spurrier. I'll start just with that. What are some of yours you remember quarterbacking for him?
Oh, I mean, they're some of the best years of my life. Being with him, the lessons we learned from him, just the competitiveness, at times hard times. Obviously, playing and working for him. I spent 5 years working for him as well. He's demanding, but he's genuine. He's one of a kind. He's himself, and ultimately, he just wants to win. He wants to do it the right way. So, I try really hard every day in my life to emulate a lot of the things that he taught me.
Everybody talks about the perfection and, what he wants from his quarterbacks, and you lived that. Was it hard to do that? I mean, did you get a grasp finally of what he was trying to teach you?
Yeah, I think I did. I think my only, the only thing that maybe I just wasn't talented enough to do it. Yeah, I think I did know what he wanted. Just the actual doing part of it was hard. But like I said, I worked for him for 5 years. I coached quarterbacks under him, so I was very much in tune with what his expectations were. So I think that I did know, but the actual execution of it was another thing.
When you coached quarterbacks, how much of what he taught you did you do in your teaching?
100%. Yeah, 100% of what he taught me, I tried to do. Did I add some things? Yeah, but there's nothing that he would teach us that I didn't at least try to incorporate into how I coached. And why would you not?
Yeah. All the times he would alternate quarterbacks, and I would imagine that can be frustrating, but you learn to live with it, I guess. What was going through your mind those times when he was doing that stuff?
Well, I was probably in a little bit different situation than a lot of the guys in terms of the highly recruited guys. I was a walk-on. So for me, it was like I was happy to just be kind of a part of the conversation. But I can imagine that for the Brock Berlins and Rex Grossmans and Jesse Palmers and Doug Johnsons of the world and Terry Deans of the world and those guys, it was probably pretty frustrating. But the funny part is most of those guys are here tonight, right? So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
There's lessons learned. And I don't think many of us would change our experiences with him.
A guy told me once that Coach Spurrier wanted perfection. I don't know that I believe that, but if I throw that at you, how would you respond to that?
I think he believed there was a perfect way to execute every single play on offense, right? And so if we had the right defense, the right protection, the right play call on, we should execute it. And we tried to eliminate not having the right defense against us by audibling. We tried to not limit having a bad play called by audibling and by him being just a masterful play caller. So we really tried to simplify it down to where well, what's the defense playing? The defense is playing this. We got a good play call on, it should work because you should throw it to this spot. And it was really honestly that simple for a long time.
Well, I just said that. I want to end on this. Given what you just said, he tells you here, this guy should, throw to him, he should be open. How long did it take you to process that, to know that's where he wanted you to throw the ball?
Not that long, because you would see it, and he was not the most technological in terms of having cut-ups to show us, but from previous quarterbacks and receivers, and we didn't have footage of the Duke wide receivers and quarterbacks doing it what we had was our practice tape, and what we had was our game tape, really. Because honestly, practice was usually a lot harder than the games were. Because we would play these teams that they didn't know what was coming. And when you're going against Bob Stoops' defense in practice, it'd be a little bit harder. So really, it was just a matter of making sure that we just did what he expected us to do, and most of the time it worked out.
Is it fun being part of the quarterback club under Spurrier?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I've always been one to try to not hang my hat too much on what I did in my 20s, early 20s. So, I don't want to say that I've moved on from all this, but I certainly want to be known for more things other than that. But, he's a huge mentor to me, and I tell him all the time, I think that he's done as much for me in running a business that he did for me playing quarterback. And the lessons that he taught were life lessons. They weren't just football lessons.
That says it all. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Good dude, Noah Brandeis. The last half hour, I'm going to throw this out. I hope it'll catch. Because John did it yesterday, and I said I was going to do this today, and I forgot. He said, who's the best pro athlete who went to Florida? He says Ben Shelton. Pete Alonso, second. So, and he says currently is the best pro. So he must mean now. In other words, not Joakim Noah. Who is the current best athlete? And I'll throw that out. And again, he says pro athlete. So I'll get your thoughts. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Final half hour of the show today coming your way as you listen on WRUF.
If it happens in Gator Nation, you hear it on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
Your heart health matters. That's why Titan MRI and Imaging and Gainesville Open MRI are offering a coronary calcium scan for just $99. This quick, painless CT scan takes about 15 minutes and can help identify calcified plaque in your heart's arteries, giving you valuable insight to your future heart attack risk. The results provide a calcium score that can help your doctor determine the best preventive care plan for you. Schedule your scan today at GainesvilleOpenMRI.com. Live longer, live healthier. Titan MRI and Imaging with 3 convenient locations in Gainesville and Lake City. Serving you better.
The jewelry store with the most likes, the most positive reviews, the most raving fans is International Diamond Center.
IDC is definitely a place that I will come to as long as I live here. This will be my go-to place always.
Literally the best jewelry store in town. You'll make friends for life coming in here. I felt like family from the beginning. The value was extraordinary.
I've got a beautiful diamond on my finger and I'm very proud of it.
International Diamond Center.
I'm very happy to show it off.
At Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
Summer in Gainesville means sunshine, barbecues, and storm season right around the corner. Don't wait until disaster strikes to think about your roof. Whether it's your home or your business, Atlantic Roofing has you covered. From inspections to full replacements, their expert team handles both residential and commercial roofing, built to stand up to Florida's toughest weather. Get ahead of the storm. Protect what matters most. Visit AtlanticRoofingFL.com today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing. Roofing you can trust, rain or shine.
Craving bold, authentic Cuban flavor? Head to Miapa Latin Cafe, where every bite brings the taste of Cuba straight to your table. From iconic Cuban sandwiches and fresh flaky empanadas to rich café con leche and perfectly sweet plantains. Every dish is made fresh daily for a true Latin experience. Proudly serving the community for over 23 years. And a proud supporter of the Florida Gators, Miapa now features 6 convenient locations ready to welcome you. Dine-in, drive-thru, to-go, or catering, Miapa is your choice for crowd-pleasing Cuban favorites. Miapa Latin Cafe, the best Cuban food north of Miami.
You know you're doing something right when your customers tell their friends and neighbors about you. That's why Ruse Ogre State Farm is proud to announce the opening of their second location, 25527 West Newberry Road in Newberry. From auto and home insurance to life insurance and more, if you're in Gainesville, Ruse can help you. And now if you're in Newberry, Ruse can help you. Ruse and his team thanks you for your trust, your referrals, and your support. Visit either of their 2 locations or call to get your personalized quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The Sports Lab with Kevin Winter. Weekdays at 2, right here on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
Welcome back to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Southeast Car Agency studio. Let us get some YouTube comments here. Jim, by the way, YouTube questions brought to you by Campus USA Credit Union. All that money spent on rosters, yet only one team wins. More money spent on not winning than winning. Top spenders, Texas, Texas Tech, Ohio State, and Oregon, but Indiana won. Takes more than money. Well, yes, but Indiana is competitive, though, Jim. It isn't like Ohio State spent $50 million, they spent 10. Let's not make it like that. They are competitive in NIL. Neo, you see Tim Curry also passed. Great actor, another prominent person to pass. Same age as Dolly. I did not see that. Mortal Jim, hope LSU has the season they deserve for helping to kick this Hornets nest. I know the basketball team will. They barely have enough players to put a team on the court. Facebook comments, Rizogua State Farm brings you those. 79 grad with all the LSU stuff. Let's not forget Chris Wenke. He spent 7 years playing minor league baseball, then went and enrolled at Florida State and played quarterback. Yep, agreed. Hugh, any chance Buster Faulkner gets creative as both quarterbacks on the field at the same time? Doubtful. I mean, that's gimmicky to me. Why? What's the purpose of it? If there's a reason for having them on the field at the same time, okay, that seems gimmicky to me. Little no chance it would work, but in the dream world, it'd be quite interesting. Yes, it would be interesting. All right, let's go to our tight MR imaging phone line. Dave is there. Hi, Dave.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Good.
Steve. So, happy hump day. I'll play your game with you as far as best professional athlete that was affiliated with the University of Florida that is currently participating in the sports. So I'm going to name some and then give you the winner, I think. I'm going to try anyway. Let's start with baseball. I'd say the Polar Bear.
I would go Caglione.
Really? That's on a 3-month record, dude.
I understand, but we're talking about right now.
Oh, because he's hotter right now?
Well, he's hurt right now, but yeah.
No, I didn't know that was the parameter. I was thinking about their career.
I can certainly understand Alonso, right? I'm just throwing Caglione's name out there as well.
No, I love him. I just was thinking he got some proving to me to do, but that's all great.
Like I said, I would go Alonso too. I'm saying as a second name, Cags.
Okay. All right. There's probably some pictures I put above Cags. But let me see. Let's go to another sport. Track and field. I'll go to our hurdler. What's his name? He's running commercials with you. Coach's name.
You
know who I'm talking about.
You completely lost me.
Our hurdler with track and field. He runs professional track. Won an Olympic gold.
Oh.
Yeah, we're both.
Yeah.
We know who we're talking about. Coach's, I want to say his son, but I don't think it's actually his son. Anyway, next sport, football. I might throw out our punter. He was with the Chiefs and stuff. His longevity in the pros and probably Pro Bowls.
Oh, Grant Holloway. Grant Holloway.
Grant Holloway, yes, thank you. both of us in the punter. It's been around the league a long time and keeps booming. Brothers, both Gators, as far as football.
Dave, you're supposed to know these people, not guess. But are you talking Tommy Townsend?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. So we've got a back and forth here. I need a helper. Next sport. Football, baseball, basketball. Oh, man. Got to pick the best pro basketball Gator right now. Might it be... Oh, Horford.
Okay.
Horford. Okay. And then what other sports? Pro sports. I don't think we had any pro soccer players. Maybe do. I don't know. And swimming. Is Lotke still swimming?
I don't believe so.
Okay. We've got a couple others. That other one that's a fish man. He can keep winning the goals. Anyway, we got a single one.
All right, Dave, I got to let you go because your phone is not a pro. It's an amateur. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, I would hope when you call, you would know. But look, again, how many quote pro sports are there? You can go down the list, right? I think in golf, would that be Horschel at this point, right? So, but look, in football, I could get Townsend, but maybe some other guys too. Is there a really, really, really big time Gator player in the NFL right now? I don't know. And maybe tomorrow I'll ask this. Who do you think are the top 2 or 3 Gator NFL players currently playing? Larry says, thank you for the tribute to Dolly. My wife, arguably her number 1 fan. I'm not far behind. Rest in peace, and may we all be more like you. Like I said, rarely is there a person, let alone a celebrity, that seems to be universally well-liked by just about everybody. Rare. And she had that. It's funny. I'm trying to think of who the top 2 or 3 Gator football players in the NFL would be right now. And why am I having trouble coming up with somebody? I mean, I have players, but like somebody that would be at the top. Now, I'm going to throw that out tomorrow. I think that'll be good. And tomorrow, if all goes well, you'll hear more about Florida Atlantic, their head football coach, scheduled to join us tomorrow. Next month, I'll keep promoting this, but it's going to be a while, probably about a month. Florida's new president is going to be live here in the studio to talk sports. So looking forward to that as well. All right, a couple of emails here, and then we're going to get close to saying goodbye. Don't forget, Friday, Graham Hall will host, and then we'll come back Monday, and we will be ready for a game week. Yeah, Dustin says Jonathan Grenard. Okay. But, I mean, if that's the best, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of Gator players that are good players, but I don't know that there's a stud. And I'm probably forgetting somebody. Yeah, Pitts, yeah. Now, he had an off year, but yes, he'd probably be there too. Yep. But it's interesting that you don't just have like a Barkley or somebody like that. There's a lot of good players in the league, and part of that is because Florida's not had a lot of guys. They've had a lot of mid-round draft guys. who have stuck it out and played well, but they're not, superstars in the league. We'll talk more about that. All right, we'll take a break, come back. One more segment left. You're listening to Sports Scene on WRUF.
Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between a minor sprain and a significant issue. The team at UF Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide expert orthopedic care with locations in Gainesville and Ocala for everything from walk-in treatments to specialized surgeries and complex cases. Choose the providers who care for Team USA. Visit ufhealth.org/orthoexperts to learn more. Proud provider for the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Medical Network.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
At Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC, 2026 GMC Sierra $399 per month, 2026 Chevy Silverado $379 per month. Plus, get 0% financing for 60 months and no payments for 90 days on new Chevy Silverado. Come see us today at Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC and GainesvilleChevyGMC.com. 36-month leases, $69.99 due at signing, plus tax, tag, title, and dock. All rebates and incentives to dealer may include loyalty, subject to lender approval. $16.66 per thousand financed at 0 APR for 60 months. Offers don't combine. Expires month end. Together, let's drive.
The head ball coach scores again. Steve Spurrier's head beer coach 1966 American Lager is now available everywhere at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. Smooth and refreshing with just enough of a crisp finish. Also available at most places you buy beer. If you don't see it, ask for it.
A beer made by Gators for Gators. Make a great play and enjoy a cold one today.
Steve Spurrier's head beer coach 1966 American Lager. Please drink responsibly.
Hey Gainesville, tired of big banks that don't know your name? Meet GalaBank. Locally owned, locally operated. With over 350 years of combined experience, we're here to help our neighbors, not just customers. No call centers, no appointments necessary, no sign-in sheets, and anyone can cash a check on us. No extra charge. Local bank, local people. GalaBank. Find us at 7515 West University Avenue off Tower Road. GalaBank. Member FDIC.
Looking for the perfect stay in Gainesville? Holiday Inn Gainesville University Center is just steps from the Swamp, the closest hotel to UF. With 6 stylish floors of brand new everything, we've been completely renovated and fully remodeled for your comfort. Enjoy the best guest services in town, competitive rates, and a location you just can't beat. And don't forget about our rooftop pool. Whether it's game day, graduation, or a Gator getaway, make your stay extraordinary at Holiday Inn Gainesville University Center. Visit us online today for details and booking.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
A mix of sun and clouds for us today. High temperatures climbing to the upper 80s and lower 90s. We'll make it to 90 degrees in Gainesville with another batch of storms moving inland from the Gulf. They'll align east of the I-75 corridor by the evening. Then a gradual decrease in cloud cover overnight. Low temperatures in the lower 70s, 72 degrees in Gainesville in the morning. From the WUFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Borowski.
Hop a flight to Miami Beach.
WRUF, where Gator Nation comes alive. 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Maybe just, sometimes you stumble on things because of what John had asked about, the athlete. If you look at Gator football players in the NFL, and I said to you, name me the top 3, would that be easy for you to do? Because Florida's not really had a stud. I mean, Pitts was a first-rounder. Jawan Taylor, wasn't he a first-rounder, I think? Osiris Torrance just got a contract extension. He was a first-rounder. But there's not a lot of offensive dudes. And that, for a school like Florida, is stunning. Is stunning. If you look at who's in the league, there's a lot of place kickers and punters. Crawshaw, Dolman, McPherson, Smack, right? But who is a big-time receiver? Pearsall could have been, I think, but he's out for the season, right? But that, when I looked at the list, that stuck out like a sore thumb to me. That at a school like this, you're not looking at stud offensive skill people. You're just not. I mean, Malik Davis, you know, what was he, a third rounder, fourth rounder, whatever he was? Sturdivant, third rounder, fourth rounder. But again, just, you know, Anthony Richardson hasn't panned out for whatever the reason. It's interesting to see, you know, Damian Pierce, but not, you know who's had a nice career and a very underrated career? Demarcus Robinson. He's still in the league. He's not been a superstar, but he's played a long time. The guy who I think has surprised me the most is Shamir Dike. He had a really nice year last year. And he's expected to do well again this year. So anyway, that just for whatever that's worth. Don't forget, Friday night, the third and final preseason game for the Jags. The Jags host the Bucks. Our coverage begins at 6:30. Kickoff from Everbank beginning at 7:30. So hopefully you will join us for that. We have 1, 2, 3 emails, and then we will call it a day. International Diamond Center email. Alan says, oh, by the way, I am going to do this. I forgot to do this today because he's asking me if it's still there. CBSSports.com listed where they think SEC teams will finish. I think the highest I saw Florida was 6th in the league, and the worst I saw Florida was 11th. 11th. I think 3 people had them 11th. There was one at 10th, one at 9th, one at 8th. But Tom Fornelli has Florida 6th in the SEC in football, and that was the highest ranking of any team. And it's interesting that it's either Georgia or Texas. Most people have them 1-2 in terms of preseason and what might happen. But the good thing about it is pretty soon, I don't have to worry about all of that, and we can just worry about what's going to happen for real. And that is certainly a good thing. Phil says, what team finishes last in the SEC? Ooh. Yeah, I'm with you, Charlie. Arkansas. I do think Arkansas. And the team that interests me the most, Vanderbilt. How do they follow up their success without Pavia, with a couple of quarterbacks that, I don't know. You have Berlowitz as the starter. The young phenom, Curtis, should play too, but I think they take a step back too. So again, since it's my last show of the week tomorrow, maybe we'll talk about the SEC and get your thoughts. Who wins it? Where do you pick Florida? Who takes the biggest step back? Okay, so get those ready tomorrow, and we will do that. And again, if everything breaks tomorrow, Florida Atlantic's football coach will join us at the top of the show tomorrow, is what we're told. And I hope it pans out, because sometimes practices get in the way and all of that, but we're hoping that he'll be with us tomorrow. Get a couple of more high school coaches on tomorrow as well. And then we're really going to start hitting, I hope, the ESPN talent to come here and give you their predictions, because the season is very close, finally, to starting, and that's a good thing. The Sports Lab gang next. Kevin Winter here. Do not move the radio dial. They've got good stuff for you. The tailgate later on today, and don't forget, later on today for us, we have tomorrow. We have soccer, and then we have much more to come when it comes to the NFL, college football, soccer, volleyball, all that, all fall long. We have all of that right here. But for now, that's our Wednesday edition of Sports Scene. Thanks to Charlie for producing it. Thanks to you for being part of it. We will see you tomorrow. You're listening to WRUF. So long.
Your new home for the Jacksonville Jaguars is WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.